It's time to get my life together. I have allowed a few things to go to the wayside. And you may be asking, Abby, what things have you allowed to go to the wayside? My library books. I have, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books from the library right now, and 5 of them are overdue. Just take me away. I know, I'm aware that I am a criminal, and the shame that I feel should be enough. So this video is going to be a bookish reset. We're going to go to the library, drop off all of these books. Have I read any of them? Yes, I've read 1, which is really not good. Here's what happens. I put 30 books on hold at the library, and then I get surprised when all of them become available at the same time. When will I learn? Never. So, other people are waiting for these books. I'm gonna go drop them off. I also have to drop off Matthew's book. And I do have 1 book to pick up. I'll show it to you later. Very exciting. And then, updating my reading journal. It's that time again. I love this time so much. The only problem that I foresee is that my coffee table, which is my area of choice to be updating my reading journal, is currently covered by a puzzle. A complete puzzle? No. I started this puzzle with Matthew probably 3 weeks ago, and we have the border done. I'm not a puzzler. I thought, oh, maybe this will be a fun, relaxing time. No, it's not. Puzzles are hard, and I don't know how to do them. So I'm gonna have to find a new place to do this. So you'll come along with me on that journey as well. And it would make me so happy if you came along with me. So I'm not sure how long this video is gonna be, but for however long this video is going to be, if you have a journal, pick it up. Let's do some book journaling together. Let's go to the library together, and let me know in the comments below what library books you are currently reading, because I love my local library. I will always love my local library, and I think everybody should be supporting their local library. So without further ado, let's go to the library. so crooked. Here we go. Hi. How you doing? Yesterday, or the day before. What day is it? The other day. I had every intention of updating my reading journal while listening to my audiobook. Because I was like, that's a cozy, fun, bookish thing, and it's part of my bookish reset. Hobby stacking, like, look at me go. You know, what a genius. And then, I know I'm so late to the game, but I started watching Heated Rivalry. And I know what you're thinking. You're judging me so hard, and that's fine, because I'm now judging me so hard. And the reason that I never watched Heated Rivalry was because I am just not a sports romance girly. I haven't watched Off Campus. I haven't watched Heated Rivalry because I was speaking with people the other day and they were like, oh my goodness, Heated Rivalry is incredible. Oh my goodness, the books are so good. I can't believe you haven't watched the show or read the books. And I was like, I haven't watched the show or read the books. I don't really like sports romances. I don't know what you want me to say. And then they were just like, you need to, you're gonna love it. And I was like, fine, I'll give it a try. I tried the first like 5 minutes and I was just sort of like, I don't really care. But I was like, no, I will give it the good old college try. And I was like, I'll watch the first episode. What do you mean? I am unwell. I'm on episode, I wanna say 4 now. And I don't think my heart can take this. And I don't know whether this is a controversial opinion. And again, I'm only on episode 4, so things could change. But Ilya and Shane aren't even my favorite couple. Is that bad? Is that bad for me to say? Because I know that like Heated Rivalry is based off of their book. But Scott and Kip, I'm not okay. Like, I'm actually not okay. I was tearing up during that episode and I didn't know what to do with myself. I needed to like take a break because I was getting way too invested. And Matthew was playing his video games while I was sitting behind him on the couch, just like doing my little reading journal, watching my fun little hockey romance. But the sounds that I was making, I was squealing. I was going, aw, I was gasping. I was going, yikes. And then he was like, why yikes? And I was like, well, because people are pretending that they're not gay and it's not going well. So here's my follow-up question. How many gay people are in the NHL? Because this show makes it seem like many, which is fine. But this is a world that I'm not a part of. This is a world that I don't know much about. So if anyone could tell me whether Heated Rivalry is based on a true story, because that would be, I need a hockey couple like Scott and Kip. Because then I would be invested in hockey. If I had a cute couple like that to see, no, I'm unwell. I'm unwell. Anyway, so I'm so sorry if you hear Luna just pacing around, but she wants something, but obviously she can't speak and I don't know what she wants. What do you want? Do you want to go on the porch? Yeah? Okay. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I can't come out with you though. What, she's gonna come back in? This always happens. She wants to go on the porch, but she only wants to go out on the porch if I go out on the porch with her. And I'm in the middle of something, you know? The whole world doesn't revolve around the Boons. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yes, emotionally invested in Heated Rivalry. I will report back. And who knows, maybe I'll watch the Off-Campus series too. Who's to say? Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about were the books that I got from the library. Book 1, Sunrise on the Reaping. Now I know what I said. When did I say this? Probably in my bookish hot takes video. I know what I said about sequels and prequels. I know what I said. And did A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes ruin me in the worst way? Yes, because I absolutely hated that book and it was a waste of like the 500 pages, which for me is a long time because I'm not the fastest reader. And I just like could not wait for that book to end. But I also think that probably part of that was the timing. It was right before my wedding. I was reading it like as I was on my little like bachelorette right before my wedding. like 3 days before my wedding. That's not the vibe. You know, Coriolanus Snow is not the type of man I want to be reading about before I get married to the love of my life. All I'm going to say. Now, this book is shorter than A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I believe. And it's also about Haymitch. And I really love Haymitch. And the movie's coming out. And I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to give it a try. And I learned my lesson from last time, so I will DNF it if I hate it. But I'm open. Also, oh my goodness, the writing in here is big. Love. Oh. I read my last Hunger Game book, like the last book, on Kindle, and this one has the same chapters as this is such a throwback. Okay, so obviously Sunrise on the Reaping, the movie comes out November, don't quote me on that, and this is about Haymitch's Hunger Games, which I think was the second quarterquell. Yeah, in honor of the quarterquell. Twice as many tributes will be taken from their homes. Brutal. So this is the first one that I got from the library, as you know. And the second book that I got from the library was The Heir Apparent by Rebecca Armitage, who, right on the back. Great. Now, I don't know whether I'm just on like a different side of the bookish internet, but I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this book. And it's a Reese's Book Club pick, which makes me think that it is pretty popular, but I don't really pay attention to like different famous people's book clubs. So I just got this because I heard about it from somewhere. I heard about it from somewhere and I don't remember where, but it's giving The Princess Diaries a little bit. And this is the vibe that I need right now. So this follows Lexi Villiers' life. She is in her second year of medical residency and lives on a beautiful farm with her two best friends, Finn and Jack. And she's about to finally become more than friendly with Jack when a helicopter abruptly arrives and her grandmother's right-hand man steps out and says that her father and her brother have both died in a tragic skiing accident. Now, this is already a big deal. If you find out that your father and your brother have died tragically, suddenly in a skiing accident, that's already life-changing. However, to thicken the plot, Lexi's grandmother is the Queen of England, which means that Lexi is now the heir apparent, a role that she has publicly disavowed. And now she has to go back to London because right now she's in Tasmania and she needs to win over the public who don't like her because she has said that she doesn't want this job and learn how to do this. So can you see how I would think that this is very Princess Diaries coded? And these are the vibes that I need. I need something, and I'm hoping it's gonna have some banter. I'm hoping that we're gonna have a great plot and great characters, especially great side characters. I have high hopes for this book, so I'm very excited. And also look at that cover. What a great cover. Big fan. Now, the last thing that I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sit and read, because part of a monthly reset is also just sort of like resetting myself, because I have a tendency to hyperfixate and get obsessed with things, and that includes YouTube. And sometimes I'm like running around like a chicken with its head cut off, and I forget to do the thing that I actually love the most, which is read. Sometimes life just gets so busy and I don't know where the time goes, and it gets to 10:30 at night and I have to go sleep. And I'm like, I haven't been able to read one time this whole day. So sometimes you just have to set aside a certain amount of time to just relax and do the thing that you love to do. So right now, for a different video that I'm doing, I'm actually reading my entire, well, not my entire physical TBR, but my TBR for the month of June. So I'm currently reading I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman, and I will be posting my TBR video after this one, so I'll save all my thoughts for it, but I'm just gonna sit and I'm just gonna read until I don't feel like it anymore, and then I'll go take a shower and make some mint tea, and I'm gonna go to bed, and maybe I'll pick up one of these other books that I have from the library, because I have been prioritizing my TBR this month because I have been terrible at reading it. so sorry. Oh, actually, before I do this, I want to give you a sneak peek into a video that I am making. I'm not sure when, at some point this summer. And I am so excited. I'm not going to give you any details. I'm just going to show you what the book is. And you can look it up and you can put your guesses in the comments as to what you think my video is going to be. Behind Five Willows by June Her. And I have been waiting for this book to come out for months. Like probably going on 5 months when I first heard that this book was coming out. And I cannot even begin to tell you the excitement that I feel deep in my bones for this book. So now, I'm going to read my book and I'm gonna chill out. Sorry if you can hear the air conditioning, but we have a heat wave going on, so I'm not messing with that. Now this heat wave has made me crave something citrusy. So I decided that part of a reset is making a little reading snack. So that's what I did. I took all of the citrus fruits that I currently have in my fridge and I decided to make a pound cake. And it's supposed to have icing. I'm probably not gonna wait for it to cool, and I'm going to just eat it as is. And I'm very excited. Now originally, this was supposed to be an orange pound cake, but unfortunately, I only had 1 blood orange, 1 grapefruit, and 3 tangerines. So it's like a citrus Frankenstein pound cake. And honestly, it smells amazing and I'm really excited about it. While that is baking, I am going to sit and start my new book. I'm so excited, The Heir Apparent by Rebecca Armitage. I'm so excited, and actually I've only read the author's note and I wanted to share it with you because this is the vibe. This is the vibe that I've been looking for since I finished my last book, because that was a lot. So this is what the author's note says. Lexi's ancestor, Barbara Villiers, was a real person, a royal mistress who scandalized the kingdom with her beauty, her sexuality, and her endless scheming. Barbara was a favorite of King Charles II, that much is true. But in The Heir Apparent, British history takes a wild turn. The House of Villiers may never have ruled Britain, but oh, how Barbara would have loved it if they did. This is the vibe. This is the vibe, okay? So to close this video off, I am making a pound cake and I am reading The Heir Apparent. I couldn't think of a better way to finish off this reset. And I feel well put together for the rest of the month of June. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the books that I've already read in the month of June. And I'm excited for the books that I will read for the rest of the month. So let's do this.